Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. When the battery is down, the truth is not reflected properly. So, today the battery is down. There is hope. I am putting it all right. Sri Krishna Narayana Govinda. Okay. We are trying to understand the absolute in its entirety. Understanding of the space with the conditioning of north, east, west, south, or understanding of the north, east, west, south without reference to the space will be an incomplete understanding. Similarly, recognition of the truth as absolute or getting lost in the relative so much that the absolute is never perceived. Both these are incomplete understanding. And therefore, in the 10th chapter, the teacher gave us the analytical approach where the truth is pointed out in different categories. Now here in this 11th chapter, we are being told what the truth is. So, first the report was given by Sanjay. What was seen by Arjuna in this Virata room? And as I told you yesterday, what was seen was so bright, so powerful, that there is no comparison to that experience of the Absolute. And in this one body of the Lord, the entire universe was seen. Up to here we have seen last time. Now, as a result of this, Arjuna was extremely surprised, horripilation, and with all surrender and devotion, thus said to the Lord. Now what he said? Arjuna Vacha. Now from here onward, the truth as experienced by Arjuna is told. If our experience tallies with this experience, then we are going the right way. If our experience goes something other than this, then we are going wrong. Something like this. If we are able to look at the world as the Lord is looking at the world, then our perception of the world will be correct. If we look at the world from our relative standpoint, it will be always a biased understanding. So what is all our spiritual practice? Is this. Understanding of the relative world from the absolute standpoint, 1. How the world is seen by the Lord, 2. Understanding of the Lord from the relative standpoint, how the Lord is experienced by the devotees of the Lord. 3. Understanding of the world with the with the strength of discrimination and wisdom. Third. And fourth, understanding of the world by the grace of the Lord. These are the four visions that will be spoken of. So Arjuna begins. Pashyami devans tava deva dehe sarvans tathan bhuta vishesha sanghan brahmana misham kamala sanastham rishishta sarvan nuragascha divyan aneka bahudara vaktra netram pashyami tvam sarvato nantarupam nantam na madhyam na pudastavadim pashyami vishveshvara vishwarupa. In these two verses, Arjuna is telling his experience. What is that experience? This experience is perception of the total world at the causal level. World is the reality absolute. On that reality, superimposition of the cause and effect. Water is the absolute reality. Ocean is the cause. And waves are the effect. So, directly understanding the absolute will be very difficult. Because we are buried in the relative world. So what we can understand and think that I am a miserable being. So I want to know that God who has created this world. So all my attempts will be to please the God. Now who is that God? So understanding of the totality at the level of the ocean, causal level, is the first experience. So he says, He Deva Deva, O God of all gods, Tava Dehe, in your body, I am seeing all the gods. Now to make you understand, I'll give an example. According to our Vedanta Shastra, everything is presided over by the divine power. Without the divine power, nothing functions. For example, eyes are presided over by the Lord Sun. The tongue responsible for tasting is presided over by the Varuna Devata. The tongue which is responsible for talking is presided over by the element fire, Agni Devata. The hands are presided over by Indra. The legs are presided over by Vishnu. And in this manner, all the faculties are presided over by these various divine powers, because of which there is a possibility of experience in our life. This is what this topic comes up in Bhagavad Mahapuran, where Ajamila dies. And because at the time of death he remembers Narayana, so the Vishnu's Dutas come and also Yamadutas come. And then there is a tussle between. This is our catch, this is our catch. And then they discuss how this is our catch or how this is not your catch. So these Vishnu's, messengers, they say, how do you decide that he is good or a bad person? On what ground? What is the proof that he is a bad person? And then those Yamadutas tell, when any person dies, before the soul leaves the body, all the various gods which were presiding over all the faculties, they have noted each and every action of ours while we were alive. And all those reports are immediately emailed to the Lord before the soul goes by the snail mail. See, the soul goes by the snail mail, and the report of the various gods, what we have done during our lifetime, is reported to the Lord. So, the point what we have to understand is this. All the faculties of ours are presided over by all gods. Now, the sun, which is presiding over the eyes, because of which there is a functional vision, that sun is common factor as a cause. And then the same sun is presiding over all the eyes in the whole world. Whether these are the eyes of the human beings or the animals, or the musca domestica, 1,000 eyes, all of them are presided over by the same energy, the power, the Devata, the Lord Sun. So here, therefore, this is the description at the causal level. O Lord, I am seeing all these divine principles, various God, Pashyami Devans Tava Deva Dehe. So all the various faculties which are present in us, I am seeing all of them in you at a causal level. Sarvans Tatha Bhuta Vishesha Sanghan. And I am also seeing Bhuta Vishesha Sanghan, the specific forms which are possible because of the 5 great elements. See, when a lump of gold is given to the goldsmith, and if we ask him, what are the things that you can make out of it? So he is able to see all the possible forms in that gold lump without making them. In the same manner, all possible bodies and the forms are contained at the causal level, and that I am able to see. Pashyami devans tava deva dehe sarvans tatha bhuta vishesha sanghan. Then Brahmana Misham Kamalasanastham. So not only at the material level, these are all the matter aspect, Upadana Karan, the material cause, but also the efficient cause. What is the efficient cause? The 3 principles. The creator Brahmaji, the sustainer Vishnu Bhagavan, Kamalasanastha, and Ishaha, the destroyer of this world, the Lord Shiva. All 3 of them I see in you. In short, from the language of the Vedanta Shastra, O Lord, I am able to experience that you are simultaneously the material cause and the efficient cause of this total world. See? This is the first understanding. Without this understanding, our knowledge will never mature. Without this understanding, the knowledge will become one-sided. And when the knowledge becomes one-sided, we become obsessed. And when we become obsessed, we form groups. And the groups are called as religions. So tomorrow, I'll release one book. It has come today only. And the book is Religion, Philosophy and Spirituality. Religion is obsession of one-sided vision about the reality. And this is how this incomplete knowledge is most dangerous knowledge. So, O Lord, I am recognizing you as the material cause and the efficient cause simultaneously. Then, Rushishcha Sarvan Uragascha Divyan. And also all the Rishis. Now, who are the Rishis? Not the Rishi Kapoor. Rishi is mantra dashtraraha. Those who are able to catch and recognize the divine message those stations where the divine knowledge is caught, they are called as the rishis. So, all the rishis who are revealing the divine knowledge about the Lord to the world, they are also part and parcel of your own being. So you are the material cause, you are the efficient cause, and you are the one who is giving this knowledge through the stations called as the rishis. So, Rishishya Sarvan Uragashya Divyan. And there are divine serpents. See, the snakes are most important aspect of every religion. If you take Lord Vishnu, he is sleeping on the snake bed. Isn't it? If you take Lord Shiva, all around snakes. Isn't it? So what is this snake? And if you go into the path of the Yoga Shastra, there it is the serpent power, the Kundalini Shakti. That is also a snake. See? So Divya Uragan, the divine snakes. Which are the divine snakes? The normal snakes we know, because of which we are afraid. But the divine snake is that dormant power contained in every one of us. If it is invoked, we become the place where from the divinity manifests in its entirety. So that divine snakes you are. So what are the four things he has told at a causal level? O Lord, you are the material cause, you are the efficient cause, you are the one who is giving this knowledge through the rishis, and in you alone is contained this infinite divine energy that you are. So, Rishishya Sarvan Uragashya Divyan. Further, Aneka Bahu Dhara Vaktru Netram Pashyami Tvam Sarvato Nantarupam. And in and through all the hands and the eyes and the nose and the hands, everywhere you alone are. Aneka Bahu. Bahu is our hands. Arms, not hands, arms. So, Aneka Bahu. You have millions of arms. Means what? The total Kriya Shakti. The total power through which all the activities in this world has conducted. O Lord, that Kriya Shakti is your manifestation. See, when we lift something by our hand, there are two powers simultaneously functioning. One is the divine power because of which we can do something. Second is the desire behind that action. So no action is possible unless our desire to do some action is supported by the divine power. Therefore, when there is, let us take a stroke. When there is a stroke, the hand is hanging like a sleeve of a coat from a hanger. There is a desire that I should scratch my cheek. It is scratchy. But the hand is only hanging. So desire is there. But the divine sanction, that is totally absent. So, O Lord, you are with that Aneka Bahu. Then Udara Vaktra Netram. All stomachs are yours. Bhagwan is Petu. Because that is why it is said, when we give food, we offer it to the Lord. Udara Bharana Nohe Zanije Yajna Karma. Therefore, Brahma Arpanam, Brahmahavi, Brahmagno, Brahmana Hutam. All that is offered in the form of the food is an offering to the Lord. Because Sarvasya Chaham Hridisannivishtaha Mattaha Smriti Jnanam Apoharam Cha. I am at the core of everything. All the experiences ultimately go unto me. So, Aneka Bahu Udara Vaktra. All the mouths are mine. Through every mouth I alone express. So, and Netram. And you are alone functioning through all the eyes. Now, if we are able to have this vision, what will happen? Be very, very attentive. From the effect, we go to the cause. From the known, we reach the unknown. From the manifest, we reach the unmanifest. From the objective experience, we end up in the subjective being. This is the path. So now with this knowledge, when we are, let us say, sitting for meditation, so we are told, give up the colors and forms, give up the eyes, give up the mind, give up the intellect, and come to that consciousness that you are. So what is our experience now? I have given up the colors and forms, given up the eyes, given up the mind, and come to the consciousness. Yes, I am conscious. Understood? Understood. So what is your experience? Behind my eyes, there is a consciousness. Behind other eyes, there is a Rakshasa. See? All our studies have gone to dogs. If we have really touched the conscious principle, then alone we will be able to understand that through every eye, it is the same reality which is peeping out. See, Sarvatmya Bhav, what is called as the experience of oneness with the totality. That is why the difference between an ordinary and extraordinary experience is. Ordinary experience is when I get something to eat, I am very happy. And what is extraordinary experience? When I give somebody to eat something and when his or her hunger is satiated, then I feel happy. That is the real experience. Because therein you get out of the conditioning of hunger and you come to that principle because of which the hunger is illumined. So, Aneka Bahu Daravaktra Netram Pashyami Tvam Sarvato Nantarupam. And, O Lord, I am seeing you everywhere, Anantarupam. In every form you alone are. And the most surprising thing, Nantam na Madhyam na Punastavadim. There is neither the beginning, nor the center, nor the end of you. See, when you take these mantras for your meditation in a subjective form, with every word you end up into the self. There is no beginning, there is no center, there is no end of you. Now what is that which does not have the beginning, center and the end? It can be only your own self. We neither have the beginning, we never have the experience that we began at this moment. Nor there is an experience that we end at that moment. When beginning and end is absent, there cannot be any center. So all these are nothing but extremely subjective exercises. So, Nantam na madhyam na punastavadim pashyami Vishveshvara Vishwarupa. And the last stroke. Hey Vishveshvara. Oh, the boss of the whole world. And Vishwarupa. And you are the whole world. See? So you are the controller of the world, the creator of the world, and the world is none other than you. So by the word Vishwarupa, what is said that you are that clay of which the pots are made, and Vishveshvara, you are that pot maker who has made the pots. Thus, the pot maker and the clay are contained two in one in you, that undivided material and efficient cause, O Lord, thou art. This understanding is at the level of the cause. Now see, with this understanding, when we start living our life, what will be the effects? First effect, there is nothing unholy in this world. Second thing, everything is sufficient enough to remind us of the Lord. Third thing, there is no obsession of any kind. And with this experience, we will be able to lead our life without any struggle, without any contradictions, or without any insistence. Because now in our understanding, the whole world is nothing but the same supreme reality. Now see, is it not our experience? We are all the devotees of Bhagavan Krishna. Whenever we come over here in this hall and just look at the corner where our Krishna Kanhaiya is standing, just for 1 second. And when we look at him, we know for certain that he is nothing but a piece of marble. Swamiji, don't say like that. I have heard that word. Don't say like that. Because he is Lord. Isn't it? So when we are able to suspect divinity in a stone by constant practice, we will be able to experience the same divinity in and through the total creation. This is called as the Vishwarupa Darshan. Vishwam is all. So every form is his form. Every name is his name. This is called in our Vedanta Shastra as Drushanuviddha Savikalpa Samadhi. Every form is your form, O Lord. After having given this vision, now the second vision. Kiritinam gadinam chakrinam cha tejo rashim sarvato diptimantam pashyami tvam durniriksham samantad diptanalakat dyutima prameyam. After having told this vision at the causal level, now he comes to the second level. What is that? Kiritinam gadinam chakrinam cha. Oh Lord, I am seeing you with all the four aspects. Kirit, the crown, and gadinam, the gada, the mace, then chakrinam cha, the wheel of time, and cha refers to the Padma. So Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma, these four aspects of yours are distinctly seen. See, in our Purusha Sukta and other important texts, it is described that the upper space is the crown of the Lord, and then the words are the Gada, and the wheel of time is the Chakra, and the peace that passeth all understanding is the Kamala, the Padma. So all the four aspects are the manifestation of the same reality. Tejo Rashim Sarvato Diptimantam. And you are an abode of the total light in this world, and therefore all around you there is nothing but extreme brightness. And Pashyami Tvam Durniriksham Samantat. And it is so difficult to even look at you, to that great you I am experiencing, and how you are Diptanalarka Dyutima Prameyam. And the brightness of yours is like the terrible fire or the suns put together. And Aprameyam, the most important word. All I said, but this is not anywhere comparison to what my experience is. Experience can never be conveyed through the words in its entirety. See, sometimes I get, attacks of love. When I get attack of love, I hug and kiss anybody, whosoever in front of me, including donkeys. That doesn't mean those whom I kissed are donkeys, okay? Now, be very, very attentive. When the other day, somebody came, I didn't know who was that man, he just came, and immediately I called him, I just hugged him and gave him something. After that was over, the other person asked, hey, Swamiji hugged you and gave you this thing. What did you feel? Now see how difficult it is. I felt very good. Very good means what? Experience cannot be put in words. Suppose you eat rasgulla. Hey, how it was? Oh, it was very good. Very good means what? Like a flower? No. Like a dhokla? No, Baba. See? So the experience can never be put into words, and therefore aprameyam. Prama means the knowledge gained through some instrument. Suppose I had to compare somebody's face. So what will I say? एक रात में दो दो चांद खिले. So one night simultaneously there are two moons. Which are those two moons? One is in the sky, other is on the head. You had a different face in your mind, I know. But what is in your mind is not in my mind. So if I have to compare a form, there is a possibility of comparison. If I have to compare a smell, hey, see how nice this fragrance is, perfume is. Oh, it smells like, bacon spray. It's so nice. Isn't it? So there is a prama, there is a knowledge gained through some instrument. But this experience is beyond the scope of our sense perception, the mental emotion and intellectual appreciation, and therefore aprameyam. So, Kiritinam Gadinam Chakrinam Cha Tejo Rashim Sarvato Diptimantam Pashyami Tvam Durniriksham Samantat Diptanalarkadyutim Aprameyam. These four aspects, Shankha Chakra Gada Padma, and with the Kirita, the throne on the crown on the head, all these are, this is the second stage in experience. The first was the totality at the causal level. Now here, at the second stage, as if the totality is crystallized into a personal God. See, our scriptures are the knowledge passed on through the codes. Yesterday, when I was going back, about, that English fellow has come. Oh, Bhagavad, sorry. Prince Charles. I was thinking to call Firangi. So he has come. Now, of all the things what he liked, our Bombay ka dabba wala. Okay? He must be a petu. And when we are listening to that news that dabba wala gave the total account. And he has told what they have been doing for so many years. And all those dabba walas are exclusively illiterate. Therefore, very well cooperating and understanding and sacrifice. There is never a strike among dabba walas. And he was telling that we have our own codes. And by that code, the address of the person from whom to collect the dabba, the code for the dabba, where it has to go, what time, everything is so beautifully done, better than the latest computer techniques. The code language. And only they understand, we don't understand. The same way, all the knowledge contained in our scripture is in this code language. So when we are told that Bhagwan Narayana is sleeping on the Sheshashena, on the serpent bed, and from his umbilicus a flower comes out, and on that Brahmaji is sitting, this is all the total knowledge contained into a formula. Those who have the vision to understand and interpret everything of that, everything becomes like a consolidated understanding in one picture. So, Shankha Chakra Gada Padma, one Mahatmaji told, very beautiful. Bhagwan has these four aspects, four hands. Shankha, Chakra, Gada and Padma. I have got only two hands, thank God. After marriage, people say they become Chatushpad, not Chaturbhuj. So, what are these four things? First is the Shankha. The Lord takes his mobile and dials us. Shankha is nothing but a mobile. And when he dials, he gets the message. The number that you have dialed is busy otherwise. Not ready to listen the divine message from within. Then he has got another technique. Gada. He gives one bang on the head. And when we get a stroke, some kind of problem in life, then we remember God. God, I don't know, I have done so much good to you and you are so... Gada. But some of us are professionals. We keep on repeating the same mistake again and again. Never listen to the conscience from within. They require still stronger treatment. And that is the Kala Chakra. Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam. They go from one life to another life. And those who listen, the first call of the divine through the Shankha, Sham and Kha, these are the two words. Kha means Akash, the space. Sham means the most auspicious. The most auspicious space is the Chidakash, the conscious self. When our attention is not over there and we get tormented and carried away by the limitations of relativity, then we suffer. And if we listen to that, then the Kamala, all peace within. Thus the whole thing is extremely subjective if we are able to read the message. Therefore, Kiritinam Gadinam Chakrinam Cha Tejo Rashim Sarvato Diptimantam Pashyami Tvam Durniriksham Samantat Diptanalarkadyutima Prameyam. Now, one step further he goes. Tvamaksharam paramam veditavyam Tvamasya vishvasya param nidhanam Tvamavyaya shashvata dharma gopta Sanatanastvam purusho mato me. In this, Arjuna is experiencing at four stages. First stage, Tvam aksharam paramam veditavyam. O Lord, you are that akshara. Akshara means what? Kshara means that which is subjected to change. Akshara is that which is not subject to any change. Tvam aksharam paramam. You are a supreme, unchanging principle. And paramam veditavyam. In this world, if there is something worthy of knowing, it is only the absolute reality, and all other knowledges are meaningless. See? In this world, if we are able to recognize our divine self that we are, then alone we have really utilized this opportunity as we are born as human beings. This is real scientific approach. See, if you are investing, let us say, in some building, construction, people invest. And after investing, and then you imagine, after 5 years, when the building will be ready, and then I will sell it, now I am getting 2,000 per square feet, and after that I will get 20,000, forget about it. Even if you get 18, it's more than enough. See? So, the whole life of ours is meant for investing in something higher. See, that is really scientific. So, this human form that we all have is having some special faculty. Otherwise, eating, sleeping, protecting ourselves and procreation. This is common between human beings and animals. And if that alone is being done by us, there is no need that we should be born as human beings. See? Therefore, paramam veditavyam. The real scientific approach to life is utilize the faculty for what the faculty is created. See? So important. A person who cannot utilize the opportunity that is given to him by the Lord, we will never be forgiven and we will suffer throughout. Therefore, the first principle he says, Tvam aksharam paramam veditavyam. Now what is this aksharam? Now see, the alphabets are called as aksharam. And they never get destroyed. Suppose you write Ram, R-A-M. Or you write Ravana, R-A-V-A-N-A, Ravana. Whether you write Rama or Ravana, that R or the R and the M has no impact on itself. It is supporting everything, good and bad, and yet not influenced by anything. Now, let us go deeper and deeper. Tvam aksharam. Alphabets put together make words. Words connected together by proper relationship create sentences. Sentences read in the light of proper understanding create meaning. The meaning becomes meaningful if our mind is functional. And our mind becomes functional if it is bathing in the light of consciousness. Therefore, the real meaning of every word is only the absolute self. See, this is one of the most important spiritual or the meditation technique. When we are able to reach the absolute self by listening to any word, then we have become contemplative and purified. Now, take an example. Suppose somebody's name is Purushottam. Now, this Purushottam creates how many knowledges? The wife of Purushottam, you ask him, do you know what is the meaning of Purushottam? Meaningless. Meaning. So discarded. Then you ask the son of Purushottam. What is the meaning of Purushottam? Hitler. Very clear. Then you ask the person who is extremely interested in bhajan and kirtan. What is the meaning of Purushottam? You don't know. Purushottam Jalota. Purushottam word is the same. Then you ask a grammarian, what is the meaning of Purushottam? Purushottam you don't know. And he will break the word into pieces and say, this is this samas and that samas. Grammarian. You ask the devotee of the Lord, Purushottam is what? Purushottam Bhagavan Krishna. And the last thing, ask a person whose name is Purushottam. Hey, what is the name of Purushottam? Purushottam? I. See, when the meaning of every word is drawn to the self, then alone we have understood Aksharam Paramam Veditavyam. Because it is I alone who does not change. Everything in this world goes on changing. The waking have come and gone. The dreams have come and gone. The deep sleeps have come and gone. The loss and the gain, the deaths and the births, how many times they have come and gone. But this Aksharam, unchanging reality, is one and the same. O Lord, you are that absolute, immutable principle which is supporting all the changes in this world. This is the Nirguna Nirakar. This is the attributeless, formless reality recognized by Arjun in his experience. Tvamaksharam paramam veditavyam. Second, Tvamasya vishvasya param nidhanam. And you are nidhanam, you are the support, the abode of the total world. So, you are the inner controller of the whole world. You are expressing as the taste in the water. So, the water is tasty because of you. So, you are the inner controller. It is you because of which or because of whom the fire is hot. So, you are controlling the fire from within. In this manner, the total world is a world because of you. Tvamasya vishvasya param nidhanam. This understanding is saguna nirakar. This understanding is with attributes without form. The first was without attributes, without form, nirguna nirakar understanding. The second understanding is with attribute but without form. So, tvamasya vishvasya param nidhanam. Then, tvam avyaya shashvata dharma gopta. And you are the one who is upholding shashvata dharma, the sanatana dharma. The eternal human life and values are held by you when you descend in this world in the form of the great avatar. This is the saguna sakar, with form and with attributes. 3 stages. See, when you have this understanding, you will never go and start destroying the temples like BMC. It will not happen. So, the understanding has to be in its completeness, in its complete entirety. First, Nirgun Nirakar, attributeless, formless. Then, attributeless, or rather with attribute but formless. The same reality is functioning behind the eyes as the vision. The same reality functioning behind the ear as the hearing ability, etc. So, there are attributes, but there is no form. And the third, when the Lord descends in this world, paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya dushkrutam, he takes the avatar. That time he is the saguna sakar. In short, O Lord, I have recognized you in its completeness. You have revealed your divine form unto me. And the last one, sanatanastvam purusho mato me. And matome, according to my understanding, you are the primordial reality which is beyond the creation and yet in and through creation. Atyatishthad dashangulam. Purusha Sukta it comes. It is something like the earth is suspended in the space. In what part of the space? Just a corner of the space. So only earth and the space around that alone is not the space. Beyond the earth, the space is unlimited, infinite. In the same manner, the truth is beyond the total creation, and therefore creation is only in a fraction of the reality. So that infinite, absolute reality beyond the total creation of cause and effect, that thou art. Then, anadi madhyantam ananta viryam, ananta bahum shashisuja netram, pashyami tvam deepta hutasha vaktram, swatejasa vishwamidam tapantam. O Lord, anadi madhyanta, neither there is a beginning, nor there is a center, nor there is an end. Beginning, center and end is possible only when there is acceptance of the limitation on account of time, space and object. When something begins, for example, take this book. Now this book begins from this point. Beyond this point, the book doesn't exist. This book ends the other point. So this book has Adi and Anta, beginning and end. And therefore the Madhya also. So this book is limited by space, and because of the limitation of the space, a form is created. Now this book was printed or formed maybe 5 years before, so that is the date of birth of this book, and the book is not going to remain eternal, it will be destroyed one day, so that is the end of that particular book. So the beginning and end is with reference to space, with reference to time. And the third, this book is a book, it is not a mic. So this is the limitation of the object. Oh Lord, you are beyond the limitation of the time, space and object. Anadi Madhyanta Ananta Viryam. Virya, your strength is infinite. Now see, this is very important topic. See, to keep yourself busy in the world, running around, is very easy. Today I was talking to Prabodh Bhai. One Amma asked me this question, long time back. She used to come and do some seva, this thing, that thing, cleaning and all that. And I never used to talk anything special. One day she came, she said, Swamiji, you are not giving me any instruction, any upadesh. Please tell me something. I said, are you ready to listen? Yes. I said, sit down. I made her sit. I said, Amma, why are you running away from yourself? She said, Swamiji, how I am running for myself? I said, yes. The more busy you keep yourself, the more afraid you are of yourself. To keep yourself busy in this world is the easiest proposition. Try to be without getting involved anywhere. You will start feeling terrible fear of your own being. It's very easy to get involved in this world. Therefore, to have all the temptations in the world, the freedom and the ability, and to get victimized by those temptations is very easy. But to have most wonderful sweets outside and extremely wonderful sweets inside, diabetes, and then control not to eat the sweet. That requires virya, that requires strength. Ananta virya. The Lord is supporting this total world of names and forms, and yet never influenced by any one of them. If a person is able to stand to all the good and bad experiences, the honor and dishonor, the recognition and condemnation in this world, without getting influenced, depressed, agitated or vigorously activated, then alone he has got the real strength. See, Ananta Viryam. What was not said to Bhagavan Sri Krishna? He was told that you are a thief of that Samantaka Mani. Everything was said to him. There was nothing which was spared. And yet, never there was any condemnation or revenge or frustration. Everything was an expression of joy. Therefore, Ananta Virya, the real strength is the ability to smile in spite of the torments all around us. Oh Lord, you are that infinite strength. Therefore, friends, the real strength that all of us have is not the strength of the people around, is not the strength of the money, is not the strength of the power. The real strength is the Atma Bala. The more you remain in communion with your own inner self, the stronger you are. And the stronger you are, the weaker becomes the world. When you are weak, the world becomes strong. Ananta Viryam. See, by the very contemplation on this divine theme, we transcend all the limitations of the mind and the changes in the mind. Ananta Viryam. Then, Ananta Bahum Shashi Surya Netram. Ananta Bahu, your Kriya Shakti, the power to function is infinite, and Shashi Surya Netram. And the sun and the moon are thy eyes. This is the Virata Rupa. So, Ananta Bahum Shashi Surya Netram, Pashyami Tvam Deepta Hutasha Vaktram. And I am seeing you as the mouth which is throwing terrible fire. And as a result, Swatedesa Vishwavidam Tapantam. And because of your this terrible manifestation, the whole world is as if roasted in the heat of your presence. See, we get buffeted, tormented, tortured, disgusted in this world only when we go away from our own self. Whatever disturbed and frustrated, depressed you may be, the moment you go in deep sleep, where do you go? In deep sleep, you go back to your own self. Only thing, we don't recognize that. Recognize deep sleep is Nirvikalpa Samadhi. You have to recognize that. Yanisha sarva bhutanam tasyam jagrati sayyami yasyam jagrati bhutani sanisha pashyato munehe. In deep sleep, our experience is of homogeneous existence without a trace of duality or otherness. And that is the reason we all experience extreme happiness. And that is why we die to go to sleep. If we are not getting sleep, how disgusted we become. So we want to take some medicine, pills or something so that we can go to sleep. Why? Only because we return back home. Therefore, friends, Vishwamidam tapantam, the whole world is tormented, O Lord, by your power. And what is this power? The power is when we become extremely extroverted, we are bound to suffer. A day has to come in our life when we are able to draw a line. Thus far, no further. Change the total approach to life. Otherwise, the whole life we will be only struggling, running. The worst disease the human mind has is to do good to others. Don't waste your time and energy in that. But you know, Bhagavad Gita says, Sarva Bhuta Hite Rataha. Let goodness happen through you. Organized goodness is a bondage. See, when a flower emits its fragrance, is it not goodness? So let goodness happen through us. The more you remain in tune with the divine, on the top, all the problems will disappear. So, Vishwamidam tapantam, then Dyava prithivyoridam hi vyaptam tvayekena dishascha saravaha drushtvad bhutam rupamugram tavedam lokatrayam pravyathitam mahatman. Hey Mahatman, Dyava prithivyoridam hi. The Dew, the divine world and the Prithvi and the in-between, everywhere you alone are pervaded. See, the pervasiveness is a technical term in our scriptures. And the pervasiveness is understood depending upon the quality of the student. The lowest quality of understanding of pervasiveness is like when you put the iron into the fire, then the fire is pervading the iron because the iron is cold. After the fire treatment, it becomes hot. So what happened to the fire? It has gone in and through the total iron. This is two different objects mixing with each other. Pervasiveness first. Second pervasiveness is when the gold permeates and pervades all the ornaments. Second pervasiveness. Third pervasiveness. The rope permeates and pervades the snake. Three pervasive. So when we are at the intellectual level, then we talk about the world is mithya and illusion. When we are at the body level, then the world is real, we are samsari. And when we are neither samsari nor too much intellectual, but we have the power, the ability to feel the divine presence, then the whole world is nothing but the manifestation of the divinity. And when we have the divine vision as given to Arjuna by Bhagavan Sri Krishna, then the whole world is Virat Rupa. In this, there is nothing bad, nothing good. In this manner, O Lord, Vyaptam Tvaya Ekena Dishascha Sarva, you alone have pervaded all the quarters. Drushtvad Bhutam Rupam Ugram Tavedam. Tava idam Ugra Rupam Drushtva. Having seen you are this terrifying form, Lokatrayam Pravyatitam. All the three worlds are terrified. Hey Mahatman. Now see, in this whole world there is one common principle. And that common principle is keeping the world running. And what is that common principle? The common principle is the principle of fear. Bhishasmad vatapavade bhishodeti suryaha bhishasmad agnischendrascha mrutyur dhavati panchama iti. Everybody is functioning here under the rod of fear. All of us are constantly functioning under the fear. This is what Arjuna says. The whole world is permeated by you, and because they are not able to see your divine presence, they are constantly functioning under the fear. In Australia, the other day I was. There is one virus. It's called as DCM virus. So, on every Friday, when people come home, they see, are you suffering from the DCM virus? What is the DCM virus? DCM. Don't come on Monday. Friday was your last day. Parikshit Ji Maharaj ki jai. It was the last day. So they are constantly under fear. Monday, if the DCM has not come on. 1 week we are going to be there. Again they start working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. When they go, is there a label kept there? DCM gone. See? So the whole world is constantly functioning under the fear. Lokatrayam pravyatitam mahatman. Now, Amihi tvam surasangha vishanti kechid bhita pranjalayo grunanti swasti tyuktva maharshi siddha sangaha stuvanti tvam stutibhi pushkalabhi. And, O Lord, in your divine form, I am seeing something terrible. Now here one important point before we go further. We are able to suspect and grant divinity to something which is very goody. Isn't it? When a child is blessed, the couple feels, oh, God's grace. God has been so kind that He has blessed us with a child. The other day, there was one person, when I saw his child for the first time, the moment I saw, I said, hey, this fellow is not going to live long. And I didn't say to him. And the child was with all the spastic problem. Nothing was under his control, like a doll. His neck will not be controlled, hands will not be controlled. So when I saw that. Then the child continued for 2 years and one day the child died. Naturally, mother, father, very miserable, unhappy. Swamiji, Swamiji, you are with us. Even then, why this happened? I said, therefore it happened. Believe me. When a child is born, it is a God's grace. When the child is taken away, it is not a curse. That is also a God's grace. Very difficult to digest. Birth is accepted as God's grace, but the death is not accepted. In our scriptures, even the Lord, death is the divine experience. Therefore, when Arjuna starts seeing this terrified form, now how the whole world is terrified, he said, Amihitvam surasangha vishanti. All these gods, the hordes of gods are entering in you. And what they are doing? Kechit bhita pranjalayo grunanti. And all the gods are terrified, and with the trembling hands they are offering their prayers and telling, oh God, you are so great and we are so useless and please protect us. We have done so many sins. Swasti iti uktva maharshi siddha sangaha. And great Maharshis and Siddha Purushas all together, they are again and again telling, may there be peace, may there be joy everywhere. In this manner, Pushkalabhihi Stutibihi Stuvanti Tvam. All of them are praising you with all great honors. And who are those people? Rudraditya Vasavoye Cha Sadhya Vishveshvino Marutashtoshmapascha Gandharva Yaksha Surasiddha Sangaha Vikshante Tvam Vismitashchaiva Sarve. According to our understanding, only that which is seen by our eyes, that alone is life. It is not acceptable in our scriptures. Life is existing beyond the limitation of the body. And those lives are enumerated here. Rudra, 11 Rudras, Aditya, 12 Aditya, the sun, Vasavaha, the 8 Vasus, Sadhya, there are 10 Sadhya Ganas, then Ashwino, 2 Ashwini Kumar, Marutaha, 49 Marutas, Ushmapa, Ushmapa is the Pitruloka. When we give the Shraddha food to them, it is only the heat that is eaten. Therefore they are called as Ushmapa, Gandharva, the Madan Kumaran party in the heavens, Yaksha, Yaksha are the reserve bank of the heaven, Yaksha, Sura, all the Devas, Siddha Sangaha, those who are all liberated Siddha Purushas, all of them are looking at thy great glory with all wonder. Now all these things was contained in the experience of this Vishwaroop for Arjun. And further he continues, Rupam mahatte bahuvaktra netram Mahabaho bahubahu rupadam Bahudaram bahudrashtra karalam Drishtva loka pravyatita tathaham. Arjun, why are you telling all these things that the people are afraid and people are terrified? Now he comes to the real point. He says, O Lord, Rupam mahatte, te mahat rupam. You are this terrible form. What is the terrible form? There are many eyes, many mouths and terrible size that you are. And your teeth are so terrible. Your gums are also seen. And by looking at your this terrifying form, the whole world is terrified. And so also, I am also very afraid. This is how the human beings are. When I want to ask a question to somebody, but I feel bad how to ask a question. So, this comes also in Prashnopanishad. There is one student who goes to the Guru and he says, Sir, there was a king. He came to my ashram and he has asked some question. And that is his question, not mine. So, to such a question, what a reply should be given? Actually, it was his question. Here also, all the fear that Arjuna was talking about, it was his fear. So, first of all, he said, the whole world is frightened. Naturally, if I am frightened, it is not abnormal. See? how he was trying to conceal his fear. Drishtva loka pravitatas tathaham namasprusham deepta maneka varnam vyattananam deepta vishala netram drishtva hi tvam pravyathitantaratma dhrutim na vindami shamam cha Vishno. Looking at your this all including form, vyattananam, the mouth is open completely, vishala deepta netram, and your eyes are so big and terrifying. Društva, having seen then, pravyathitantaratma, the me who is extremely frightened, dhrutim na vindami, shamam na vindami. Neither I have strength now to further continue looking at your glorious form, nor I have shamam, nor I have peace. O Lord, I am terrified. Drashtra karalani chate mukhani drushtoiva kala nalasannibhami disho na jane na labhe na sharma prasida devesha jagannivasa. By looking at you this terrified form, I am so confused. I don't know the concept of time, space, where I am, what is happening. And therefore, kindly keep cool. O Lord, please bless me. Hey Jagannivasa, the abode of the total creation. And what he is seeing further in the divine form, Ami Chatvam Dhritarashtrasya Putra Sarve Sahevava Nipala Sanghaihi Bhishmo Drona Suta Putras Tathasau Sahasmadi Jairapi Yodha Mukyaihi Vaktrani Te Varamana Tvistvaramana Vishanti Drashtra Karalani Bhayanakani Kechid Vilagna Dashanantareshu Sadrushante Churnitai Muttamangaihi. He says, I am seeing, O Lord, in your terrible open mouth, all the people are entering for their own death. They include all these various kings, the children of Dhritarashtra, Bhishmacharya, Dronacharya, Karna, and from our side also, many of the great warriors are entering in your mouth. And in your mouth, which is full of terrifying tusks and the teeth, they are being chewed away, O Lord. And in between the teeth, I am seeing the heads of somebody, the hands of somebody. Oh Lord, I am so terrified to see this horrible form of yours. And how they are entering. He gives two examples. Yatha nadinam bahavo muvegaha samudrameva bimukha dravanti tatha tavami naraloka viraha vishanti vaktranya vivijvalanti yatha pradiptam jvalanam patanga vishanti nashaya samruddha vega tathaiva nashaya vishanti loka tavapi vaktrani samruddha vega. In this world, everything is going towards the one common goal. The common goal is, we all are mama vartmanu vartante manushya partha sarvasha. All of us have to return back to our own self. There is no choice. That is the natural process. And that natural process is achieved when we lead our life according to our dharma shastra. Because like all the rivers are ultimately going back to the ocean, and when the rivers go back to the ocean, they carry the water and surrender their name and form, and they merge in the totality. That is the fulfillment of life. So all these warriors on this battlefield, they are entering in you. Some of them are entering as the fulfillment of their existence through this war. And others, they are entering in you as the moths are attracted toward the fire because of the selfishness. I want to achieve this, I want to achieve that. Thus, both of them are dying. Those who are fulfilling their life, living the relative existence and merging in the absolute is one path. The second path is struggling to achieve and thereby getting destroyed to be reborn again. Oh Lord, I am seeing these two approaches in your this death trap where all the people are dying simultaneously in millions of them. Now there are many questions on this. This was told by Bhagwan Krishna to Arjuna before the war began. And Arjuna has already seen the result of the cricket match before the cricket was played. Isn't it? How this is ever possible? What is the meaning of this whole description? How we have to understand and how we have to live this knowledge. These are few important topics. This will take in our tomorrow satsang. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.